What's up, guys? It's Ten Giant Boy with you guys again. This is, I believe, part 3 on the Paper Atlas 45 pistol tutorial. We left off last time on the grip, the trigger guard, and the magazine. And before we start, actually, with the cocking mechanism, I forgot to mention just quickly. Actually, gets a pair of scissors. You're gonna want to cut this kind of little area right here off of the trigger. The magazine holder, because that's how the real pistol is, just for like extra detail and to pull it out easier. But in this video we're going to actually work on the cocking mechanism, so it's actually quite simple, but making it look like, you know, an Atlas is kind of a little tricky. What you're going to do is just make a little tube, quite little, but make it about as long as the magazine or the magazine holder. So make it pretty darn small, actually, probably smaller than your pinky even. But make it like, I'll show you, make it as long as your magazine is. You can see I'm going to cut mine a little bit. But as you can see, it's about as long as my magazine. So then right when it's long enough and short, you're going to tape it right on top of that, like so. This is pretty much what's going to hold the entire thing, just like so. This is going to be underneath everything. What you're going to do is get another scrap, this is probably fine, and then make another tube a little bit bigger than that. Probably this tube as big as your pinky, I'd say, and make it about as long as the back of this to the front of the, so that's pretty much going to be the barrel. So the back of this right here to the front, so that's pretty much as long as that. And maybe as big as your pinky, maybe a little bigger or a little smaller. Don't make it smaller than this tube though, because that won't look good at all. As so, and then what you're going to do is do the same thing, just tape it on top. I got to tape mine a little odd, but it's okay. Oh, whoops. Just like this kind of, this is going to be the actual barrel, so let me actually, you're going to tape this pretty well, and make it straight as you can, like to the entire gun. Like the barrel, here's what I mean by that. So mine's a little crooked, but don't make it so it's way over here, you know, make it kind of aligned with everything else. So let me just tape it once again, because, you know, I'm kind of OCD kind of guy. And I like things to be kind of perfect. So that's probably fine, but yeah, you want to make it as straight as you can to everything, aligned everything. And now, get a big sheet of paper, and make sure it's pretty much covering like the whole gun. As you can see, like this is going to be the slide, so make sure it's at least big enough for pretty much the entire gun. And you're pretty much just going to want to roll it up into quite a big tube, but you're going to flatten it in a second. So what I mean by that is, this is going to be the slide, so when you're done with that, you're going to want to pretty much just flatten it like so. So this is going to be the slide, it's going to be all sturdy. And then just tape it together. I'm going to try to make this episode pretty quick. If I have time, maybe I'll do some more, maybe little bits of detail, but last video I didn't realize how long it was for how much little we did, but so this shouldn't take a whole lot of time, maybe 7 minutes, probably will take longer, because I'm not very good with, you know, time management, but you know, I mean, it's kind of hard to do that. So like so, you're going to flatten it out, and this is what's going to go on top of the gun like so. So just make sure this slide is only going to cover those 2 tubes you just made. You probably already know this if you ever made a paper gun, or if you know anything about firearms. The slide is only going to cover pretty much this part right here, as you can see, just the barrel part, nothing else. So mine's pretty good size. You're going to kind of make it look like a U sort of, so, but what I'm going to do is actually something else. That's probably what I'm going to do. or kind of like a squared looking U, I guess you could say, which kind of probably doesn't really make any sense, but you're going to want to make it sort of like a U, as you can see, and this is going to go on top of everything like so. I've always sucked at, like, absolutely trash at making slides. Like, I'm very, very bad at it. I've always been pretty bad, but, you know, I mean, it's kind of part of the gun. So as you can see, like so, it pretty much fits on top. Try to make it as U-shaped as possible. That'll just make it look a whole lot better. What I do is normally make it just a tube, kind of like so. And then just kind of like squeeze it to make it kind of rounded out itself. Round it. Okay, whatever. Okay, so pretty much like so, kind of like a U. And like I said, this is going to go on top. Now, you should probably have a pencil or pen. I never ever get one because I don't need one, but pretty much just going to want to cut this sort of shape. Let me actually check my phone really quick. Alright, so you're going to want to know exactly where the pretty much you're going to want to cut this sort of shape I'm about to show you into the sliding mechanism. Let's see how it looks again. Okay. Alright, that's probably good. So it's going to look sort of something like this, but you're going to want to cut it. If you just set it down, it's pretty much going to want to just cover the barrel, and if you move it back, then it opens up like so. As you can see, if you move it forward and it's covering the entire gun, you know what I mean? You're going to want to cut it just right there on top of the magazine, but if you move it back, then it's just like that, so you can see the opening. So that's what you're going to kind of want to do. This side is kind of smaller. I'll actually cut this a little bit. You don't have to do this. I'm doing this because I made mine a little awkward. If you guys are enjoying, please just drop a like below. It's actually kind of early when I'm recording this. It's about like 10, 9 o'clock. It's probably not too early, but you know, summer, I don't like waking up early, but I just want to get this tutorial out as quickly as possible because I told one of you or a few of you guys I would try to get it off quick. So you're pretty much going to want to make it kind of like this, not just like a rectangle in it, but the back of it is kind of curved, as you can see. And that's, like I said, going to go on top like so. And when you move back, obviously, it's just going to do that. So this is the kind of tricky, not really tricky, but just kind of annoying part. You're going to want to get a sheet of paper. You're going to cut a piece of paper. And you're actually going to, this video is actually a lot longer than I thought. You're going to pretty much make it smaller than, you're going to make it a tube that can fit in this bottom tube. So that's why I said you need to make it small, so this one can be even smaller. Because this has to be small. Like, this has to fit inside that little tube. So this can probably fit inside. As you can see, this should, if I'm not a flippin' Ricky, there you go. As you can see, this fits inside the bottom tube. This pretty much is going to tape to the bottom of the slide right here. So, and also make it longer than the opening of the pretty much make it longer than the chamber of the cocking mechanism. So I should take this a little longer. This, like I said, this video is actually way longer than I expected. It's already at about 9 minutes, maybe 9.5 minutes. So pretty much what you want to do is you want to tape it, if I'm correct. Yeah, pretty much. It's a weird place to tape it. Like, it's really, really weird place to tape it. You're gonna want to tape it pretty much right here. Like, tape it to both sides, like so. Like, you want to tape it to both. You're gonna tape it to both sides of the cocking mechanism, like I'm about to show you. Like so. So it's taped to both sides, and right here. And yeah, I'll finish this part. I'll finish the cocking mechanism in a short video after this. So just look out for part 3, 2 of 2 in a second.